Hello everybody, Mad Luigi here, and FromSoftware has given us a trailer for their upcoming action-adventure game with RPG elements, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. I'm going to break down the trailer scene by scene and talk about what I think are going to be the most important new/different mechanics. And a note before I begin, there's more information on the Japanese website, and Suzaku on the Sekiro subreddit was nice enough to translate most of it, so I'll be using that information when relevant and I'll link the post in the description. The trailer starts off with an ominous Eastern vibe. We see an old, almost mummy of a man carving. This is Bushi of the Desolate Temple. From the website, an aging man with no left arm. He is a hermit who secludes himself in a desolate mountain temple, furiously carving countless statues of the Buddha. He gathers up the shinobi after they are defeated by the commander of Ashina, then offers them his assistance. We then get a shot of who we'll find out is our young master, the prince, keeping up on his literary skills before accompanying us to a field that made me really think of Nioh 2. The following samurai, the aforementioned commander of Ashina, strengthened that line of thought. He chops off your left hand, winning the duel, for the purpose of taking away the prince for his special bloodline, to defend against Ashina's enemies with unnatural means, according to the website, which I take to mean supernatural, occult stuff. You then wake up with a prosthetic arm, which turns out is what we saw in the teaser, and yes, it is a grappling hook. This fits because the name of the game, Sekiro, is a shortening of Sekiwan no Ro, which means one-armed wolf, a nice nickname for our protagonist. You also look a bit zombie-like with some dust or ash covering or making up part of your face. This zombie feature will come back later. This inciting moment in the game could very well be where you get to go through character creation, as you could say Bushi could give you a new face along with that new arm. A lot of people are wondering if there will be a character creation at all, and I'm not sure. Developed by FromSoftware, of course. Published by Activision. Ooh, that's a new one. Obviously, I have no idea how this business deal went, but I'm not too worried. A lot of people are, and I think with good reason. Activision doesn't have too big a track record of being completely open to creative design and intent, but I think FromSoftware and Miyazaki are too big and have too strong of a vision for their games for Activision to have any strong creative sway over the process. If they could handle Bamco, then I trust them to be able to handle Activision. Next up, we have what I think is going to be one of the big gameplay departures from previous From titles. This short clip highlights what looks like actual stealth gameplay. It could just be something for the trailer, but I think if we're seeing it in-game, it will be in-game in the final version in some manner. The ability to actually hide next to/behind walls points towards a deeper system of enemy awareness and aggression. The crouched movement in the next scene furthers the idea of stealth. Crouching behind enemies would make them less likely to notice you, but you move slower. That's the core of crouching in many games, and the only reason I can see it coming to a FromSoft game is if the accompanying stealth comes too. After a shot of the prince, we get more reason to believe in stealth implementation, with the protagonist explicitly sneaking under the floorboards which a group of enemies are standing on. I think FromSoft is way too intentional for all of these signs of stealth play to not lead to stealth play, so I'm confidently looking forward to it in Sekiro. Moving on, we get that all too familiar door animation. Now we get to move into some meat, combat, and the uses of your prosthetic limb. Some leaks said that there will be something like Bloodborne's trick weapons, and this cleaver in your arm does seem a bit like that. The finishing move after absolutely annihilating this bloke's excuse of a shield looks like a more fluid form of the riposte system. More fluid combat is always a plus. From the website, this is called Ninja Kill or Ninsatsu. Whether armed with a blade, using prosthetic ninja tools, stalking your enemies, or decisively ending a hard-fought battle with a single killing blow through an exposed weak point, that is Ninsatsu, a ninja kill. The method doesn't matter, all that truly matters is being good at killing. The stalking your enemy line is just prodding the stealth-confirmed fire in my heart. Then we get the second big new mechanic, the grappling hook. This could be absolutely amazing. With the earlier shot of rooftop walking, we could have our own little parkour system, which if done well, would make this game move like the fluidiest water I can imagine. My only concern here is that the actual number of points you can grapple to could be very limited, and if so, it definitely wouldn't have the same effect as a more free-range grapple. A relevant bit of the website states, "The earth is the samurai's battlefield. It is where the samurai crawl. A talented shinobi is not limited to the ground, and like a bird of prey can soar above the field of battle." We fight some samurai in this trailer. That and this line make it seem like we're going to be getting very used to that enemy type, but that we'll really be able to take advantage of the grapple against them. So next is another duel, another samurai, though you seem to be doing a bit better in this one. This combat looks a bit more complex than we're used to, with a bit more advanced blocking features, especially those of your prosthetic arm. The red character that appears here and will show up later apparently means danger. This could mean that the enemy is within ninja kill range, but I'm very unsure. Nothing in this trailer hints to what it actually means, so we'll have to wait to see. Then we get another example of hardcore parkour, followed by another ninja kill execution. One important thing to note about this scene is that the poor sap getting rolled on is holding a rifle. This puts the game's setting, if it follows history, as probably around the 1500s or later. This also means that guns are going to be a weapon type. I would assume we would get to use them to some extent as well, but we know for sure that at least the enemies will be shooting at us. Big Boy in the next scene is definitely on a cycle of occult juice. You know what, so is the next guy. However, the next guy at least hints that weapon buffing will return, and he lets us see some more complex parrying and blocking. And then we have a familiar death sound file. But this is Sekiro. Shadows die twice. One death wouldn't be good enough. And here we have our final major gameplay change. After you die, you get back up. You get 2 lives. Now I gotta say, I have no idea how this is going to work. Noticing a theme on my part. Some have suggested that we get no healing items, just these 2 lives, and while that idea could have some truth, I don't think it would be just that simple. Doing that would in effect just double your health bar, which is a bit mundane in and of itself. I am pretty positive that the second life will come with some differing features than the first, but what those are, I don't know. This is a great avenue for FromSoftware to try out new things and give us a different gameplay experience, so I expect it will be pretty cool, but we'll have to wait to see more to actually have a tangible discussion about it. Following your resurrection, you stealth into another ninja kill and end E Honda with a familiar sound and a cool little flip. I have no idea what this caterpillar mummy is other than a boss. And then we have another boss. A really cool scene. One of my biggest takeaways is the use of the grappling hook mid-fight. It looks like a fairly fluid interaction, so we should be able to weave it into our playstyles however we want. The mechanics of the boss's spear and chucking you and throwing it around with a tether both give the fight a deeper complexity than just a guy with a spear, so that's good to see. We end with a firecracker stun of the horse, another prosthetic arm tool. I think we'll be getting a lot of use out of this arm, probably in the form of weapons and different upgrades. That would give more of a tangible upgrade path than has been in recent FromSoft games, other than just upping damage, which is hard to call a path. And that concludes the trailer, of course, other than teasing the giant snake. It comes out in 2019 to all platforms. The all platforms part makes me happy, the 2019 less so. Just a bit of closing news, some leaks said that the game is much more heavily single player than the Soulsborne games, and the website lists it as single player, as opposed to single player including online up to 4 to 6 or whatever the number is for the respective Soulsborne game. This could mean co-op as we know it isn't coming back, which would be too bad. We'll have to wait for more official information though. Oh wow, another theme. That's it for me. I recommend heading over to the Sekiro subreddit as there's more information there that I didn't cover in this video, and I'm sure there'll be some of the first ones talking about new info as it releases. I'll link it in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.